everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to dye some clothing. I actually got this tie-dye kit here from my local Kmart, of course, and I really want to try it out. I also got a few more things though. I got another extra shirt because this kit does come with a bag and a scarf. However, I still wanted to do a shirt. And I also got a black shirt because I want to try something different. I got some bleach here, and I also want to try out some reverse tie-dye, which I recently discovered. It looks so cool. Other than that, I also got these rubber bands just to make sure that we had enough because I wasn't sure how many came in this kit. So let's just dive right in and experiment and see what we can make. So as I mentioned, I got this kit from Kmart and it actually costed me $20, and I have to say the quality is not what I would have expected in the negative way. The little bag and the scarf, they're kind of low quality. The material doesn't feel that good, and the bag is a lot smaller than I expected, and the scarf is basically just like a piece of material that was like sewed in a loop. Like the sides literally don't have hems on them. But anyways, we're just going to ignore that because the main reason I did get this was for the tie-dye inks. Now I wasn't actually going to use the bag and the scarf, to be honest. I felt like I really just wanted to get it for the shirts because that's like the main kind of thing you want to tie-dye. However, I kind of decided against just that and doing actually the bag and the scarf as well. So first off here, we're doing the bag, and I just did that sort of like typical technique where you tie rubber bands around each area, and then after that you add on the dye over the top. And actually for this I used a sort of blue and green sort of color palette because I thought that would look nice with the blues and the greens, and it would be kind of like a teal sort of color palette. Now onto the scarf. I basically just folded it up a few times and then did lots of rubber bands over the length of the scarf. Now I actually used some of the rubber bands that came in the little pack as well as some of my own rubber bands just to see what kind of effects I could get and what kind of like thicknesses of like stripes I could get on this. And again, I used a sort of blue and green color palette for this one. However, I did actually end up adding a little bit more color onto this. I actually ended up going with a bit of yellow and purple just so I could have it look a bit different to the bag because I felt like I didn't want to do them exactly the same. So I ended up going over with the purple, and that was really nice actually. It is a very nice vibrant purple, so I definitely had high hopes for this one. I tried to sort of get a bit of a watercolor effect with all the colors sort of blending into each other, and as I was adding the dye, it did look pretty nice. Now onto the shirt here, and I did have pretty high hopes for this one. I wanted to do that typical spiral pattern that you have where basically you use a fork, or in this case the tool that came into the kit, to sort of twist the shirt into a sort of like spiral, and then you add rubber bands around the edges to sort of make a bit of a crisscross over it. And what this does is it makes a really cool sort of colorful spiral sort of effect, and I really love the look of this type, so I definitely wanted to try it. Now the colors I chose for this one was pink and yellow, but as I added water to the pink powder, the bottle kind of looked just like bright red, and once I added it to the shirt it did look bright red, like a really deep red color, so that was quite concerning. It kind of reminded me of like a ketchup and mustard sort of look, and I was really hoping that it didn't turn out like that. However, I definitely had fun with it, and I was trying to like add lots of colors here and there. I also added some little splotches of the pink to the yellow, as well as some yellow bits to the pink, just to sort of get a little bit of a mix. Now was the time to do the reverse tie-dye. I was very, very excited for this one because I just seen lots of images online and I really wanted to try it out and sort of make a really cool shirt. So I actually used the same sort of spiral technique as the last shirt. However, when I finally tied it all up, I added a solution of bleach with a little bit of water to the shirt.
24 hours later.
So I tied all of those up into plastic bags and then I let them sit for a whole day to sort of let the dye sort of get into the clothes, minus the black shirt of course, because that bleach works fast. I actually washed that out pretty quickly. But yeah, after this I decided to cut off the elastic bands, but before that I actually rinsed them because I really didn't want this to sort of, I didn't want the dye to sort of go where places that it wasn't. And I have to say, revealing the bag was a little bit of a disappointment. I was expecting a little bit more from that, but I don't know, the fabric sort of just like really absorbed the ink into places where it shouldn't have. But I'm not mad because I didn't have high hopes for that anyways. I am very happy with how the white colored shirt went. It looked really cool and bright. And yeah, now I am undoing the reverse tie-dye shirt. And yeah, this sort of failed a little bit. I must have tied it really tightly or not used enough bleach. But yeah, I basically just, you know, did the whole process again over the same shirt and used a lot more bleach this time. And yeah, this actually turned out very, very cool. I really love the way that the black shirt turned out. It looks really nice and vibrant, especially once it's dried. The parts that were bleached in the first go went even lighter in the second go, and it kind of looks like highlights over the whole thing. And to be honest, it kind of looks a bit fiery. It looks so cool with that spiral pattern. So here we have it, guys. This shirt is pretty cool. I'm gonna have to say something though. This bag, it's alright, but it's nothing special. And this scarf is, to be completely honest, pretty trash. It kind of looks like a white scarf that was washed with clothes that were colored, and that's how it got its color. I definitely would not call this tie-dye, to be honest, but I didn't really have high hopes for them anyways. To be honest, I was contemplating not even using them. I mainly cared about the shirts, which reminds me, this is a pretty cool shirt, but this shirt is pretty freaking awesome, to be honest. It looks like fire, to be honest. My initial plan was to bleach it and then put colors over the top, but we ended up deciding that the colors on it looked pretty cool the way they are. I really love the highlights though. The parts that sort of got bleached twice, I feel like they sort of make it pop, and it was a bit of a happy accident. So to be honest, this is my favorite result from this video, and I just feel like it's really satisfying. Like even the back looks pretty cool. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This was an interesting video to make, but I had a lot of fun and I really do like the results. So make sure you hit like and subscribe to get your scribble fix in the future, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.